Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk faster, faster, faster. Gotta talk fast.
Welcome to an oral review of Archie comics Sonic the Hedgehog, reminding you that journalism is hard. Support your local independent newsroom that's proven to put marginalized communities first and avoid all generative AI. $1 for one of those has a much bigger impact than the corporate media. I'm Nick, and except for this intro, I wrote the script.
And I'm Dominic, and except for this intro, I haven't read any of today's script, like always. And as part of these intros, part of this show is going to be, it's kind of documenting our personal journeys as well, as all podcasts kind of tend to do. And mine is trying to go from content creator to actual journalist, which I still, in my heart, don't really feel like I am yet. I've done journalism things, but like, I don't feel like I'm in that rhythm or in like proving myself. So it's a lot of freaking work, especially for a part-time job, which is what I'm doing. But I don't know if I've said this before.
And on top of personal life and everything else, it's hard.
It's very difficult. And I know Nick has like talked about like he wishes he could be a photojournalist. And I every time I give him the camera, every time we're out and about talking about news and things, it's like, man, you would be a great. I genuinely believe you would still. I think about you every now and then. And whenever I'm doing this, like Nick would love this, honestly.
I would. I mean, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but growing up, I wanted to be a news reporter. And then when I was in high school, I realized that if I wanted to make a living, I probably can't be a news reporter.
Yeah.
So yeah. It was. I sat down, looked at how much college was, and then a degree in journalism, and I was like, I can't live off with like. Even back then, journalist was only making like $50,000 a year, which was barely livable. And
now it's all freelance, baby.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, those are staff writers.
Yeah. So I read the tea leaves correctly on that one, and instead I just have to travel across the country now doing odd IT jobs. So this
is that better? Are you fulfilled?
I don't know. I am fulfilled in the sense that I get to eat food across the country.
Okay, that's legitimate. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my maybe I don't want to really call it a bit because it's the truth, but I think Chicago has some of the best food in the country, and every time I travel, I feel like vindicated.
Like where are you now?
I am in San Jose, so Silicon Valley, pretty much. And I will say, I finally found a food that I think Chicago doesn't like top in any way, shape, or form.
Really?
Which is the breakfast burrito.
Okay.
Chicago is severely lacking in breakfast burrito technology. I don't know why, but
Silicon Valley figured it out.
Yeah, well, it's really the only place that is all that AI. You know that all that water consumption that's going to burritos, baby.
Remember that Taco Bell thing where it's like, how do we improve the taco?
Tortilla tech.
Tortilla tech.
That's what's happening here in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, but really, it's probably just California in general, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
And so what I will say is I don't like how California does their burritos. Like regular burritos, I'm just not a huge fan of here.
Really?
They put a lot of rice in it.
Oh. Is it like that Chipotle
really
style?
Yeah, it is actually. And I don't know about the rest of the country, but Chicago doesn't really put a lot of rice in their burritos. Some places do, but I tend to avoid them. So every place I've been to here for my burritos have put a lot of rice in it, and it's a lot. I feel like their burritos feel a little bit lighter in the sense that like they use lighter ingredients.
So
it's like rice, avocado, chicken and whatnot, while I feel like burritos in Chicago are like greasy and you kind of want to die afterwards, which is what I'm aiming for.
So fun fact, I just looked this up. Chipotle is headquartered in Newport Beach, California.
That makes sense.
I'm not going to go into the history, but it's at least it's headquartered there. So that probably has something to do with it. Maybe they were founded elsewhere, but that's where they're headquartered. So that checks out.
Apparently there's a thing called a California burrito, which is a burrito with French fries. My friend is insisting I got to try one. So
I'll try it, but that does not sound good.
I'm kind of with you, but he's pretty adamant I should get one.
Okay, so it's just potatoes, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're not having fries individually and you bunch them up into a flour tortilla, or whatever, it's probably just potatoes.
Yeah, probably a little bit saltier than. I mean, I guess it's like essentially the same thing as doing like hash browns.
I guess so.
It's just like different texture, but it's the same concept.
I don't know. My favorite fun fact, going back to Chipotle real quick, my favorite fun fact about Chipotle is that Errol Morris, the acclaimed documentarian who pioneered the camera that goes directly into, that you can have a conversation directly into the camera. He's done things like The Fog of War, which interviewed Robert S. McNamara, and then did the same thing for Donald Rumsfeld on both the Vietnam and Iraq wars specifically. But anyway, just acclaimed documentarian. He did a series of Chipotle commercials that, like, in a similar style, where he
as a documentary style.
You know what? Unfortunately, no. I think thinking about it, they are more fun. But I kind of wish he just committed to the bit and did it like as if he was talking to the Defense Secretary of the United States. But
yeah, that'd be. But Chipotle,
yeah,
I think that'd be an okay bit.
I learned about this from Defunct Land on YouTube because he was like crashing out over, oh my god, my favorite documentarian sold out. But according to his Wikipedia page, the Wikipedia page for
he still has a soul.
He does a lot of commercials. This is probably how he paid for a lot of his other work. So similar to how I'm trying to be a journalist, but I have a day job. It's just hard. It's just difficult.
You know what else is hard and difficult?
Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'm
baby.
sure it is. We are reading Archie Comics Sonic the Hedgehog number 48. Release date April of 1997, publication date July of 1997. Endgame, Part 2. Written by Kent Taylor and Ken Penders. Penciled by Manny Galan. So in typical Taylor Penders fashion, they have the intros, like the intro page here, which is overly dramatic, featuring...
I love it.
It's featuring...
it's featuring a dead Sally and Sonic shaking his fist at the sky, like
while there's like interrogation room lighting, like stage lighting on him.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels like it's supposed to be like a stage lighting ad. This is all a play. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Years ago, most of the young residents of Planet Mobius were forced into war. Defending themselves against the conspiracy of Julian, former warlord of the Kingdom of Eggcorn. Most notable of these freedom fighters is a team led by the king's own daughter and championed by the swiftest hero in the land. While their past efforts have been valiant, they have been a far cry from the total defeat of the rechristened Dr. Robotnik. When their former sire staged a miraculous return to health, fortune seemed to shine on our stalwart heroes. The glistening hope of more experienced leadership paved the way for potential salvation. Alas, it was not to be. During their latest mission, Princess Sally Eggcorn met sudden tragedy. Returned to Knothole Village, she was pronounced dead. Almost as tragic was the revelation that she died at the hands of Sonic the Hedgehog himself. Pronouncing sentence, the king condemned the former hero to the life of imprisonment. While it is clear that treachery and deceit abound, it is equally unclear who all the conspirators are of this swift injustice. While it is certain that the dark forces of Robotropolis are preparing their next move, it is equally uncertain whether our heroes will rally, recreating the former glory of the once gleaming city of Mobotropolis. One thing cannot be disputed: no one will ever be the same.
Hell yeah.
All right, so this is Nick's writing here. Sonic is in chains, being escorted by Jeffrey St. John and his minions to a freighter jet to be transported to the Devil's Gulag. Uncle Chuck and Mutsky are standing dramatically in the rain, watching. Sonic speaks. What's going on here? I don't know anything about Sally's death. Mary Poppins? Okay, that actually helps. Oh, oi, I said you're going to the Devil's Gulag. It's been defunct since the Great War ended. Sonic states that they're making a huge mistake and that he didn't even know that Sally was dead until he returned to Knothole. Jeffrey St. John sucker punches Sonic in the stomach, or rather, the Hedgehog dick, violating the Geneva Conventions. Yeah, that's a line there. Everyone always forgets that. Uncle Chuck chimes in. That's enough. You're supposed to escort my nephew, not eliminate him. Uncle Chuck is ignored while Sonic gets escorted onto the plane bound for the Devil's Gulag. We cut to Tails, Buns, Rotor, Uncle Chuck, Antoine, and Amy, all huddled in a room trying to figure out how Sonic could kill Sally. The group is split in two, with half the room saying Sonic would never kill Sally, while Antoine and Buns are saying Sonic is a cold-blooded murderer. We're back with Sonic. He's handcuffed and looking out the window of the plane as they fly through a storm. He begins thinking to himself. This whole mess got started when Sally got orders to invade Robotropolis from her dad, a guy supposedly turned into Crystal. And now that same king has exiled me to the place of my boyhood nightmares, where my dad used to tell me all the bad boys and war prisoners were sent to the Devil's Gulag. A voice pipes up from behind Sonic. A dog covered in shadow, almost as if he was sleuthing. Looks like I wasn't the only double agent. What did Robotnik promise you? Your very own chili dog chain? Sleuth Doggy Dog, you treasonous traitor. I'm gonna... Sonic tries to jump up and attack Sleuth Doggy Dog, but is held back by the chains that bind him. The once hero Sonic, reduced to a chain-up con. You tear me up. We cut to the pilots of the plane, where one of them points to something in the sky and screams, "Look out!" A SWAT bot flying one of Robotnik's egg crafts kamikazes into the plane, crashing it immediately. Some SWAT bots were waiting at the crash site, ready to swarm, implying a perfectly executed plane. Okay, so Nick wrote plan and then parentheses plane. Or like E, parentheses E to make it plain.
It's a joke that only works for writing.
Yes,
but I thought of it. I was like, this is too good not to put into the script.
This is too good. Okay, all right, buddy.
Hey, man, funny's funny.
Some SWAT bots are, yeah. Sonic jumps out of the plane and begins attacking. Not one single joke or wisecrack escapes his lips. For the first time in his life, Sonic is devoid of humor. For the first time in his life. This is in the comic, by the way. This is written in the comic.
Yeah, you can tell because the writing got better.
No. For the first time, it got edgier. For the first time in his life, Sonic truly understands the meaning of war. His body is on autopilot as he fights like never before. This is fortunate, for his brain is otherwise occupied. Faster than he himself could ever travel, images flash before him, dominating his thoughts. He sees the prone body of Princess Sally. He sees the look on his friends' faces. He sees himself in chains. Only when he further burdens his confidence, realizing he has inadvertently destroyed a possible supply of survival equipment, does his mind regain control, making him aware that his minor battle is over, and it is once again time to take flight. Sonic runs off into the night / into the storm. While the departing Sonic ponders his destiny, others are already preparing for his immediate future. We are now in Knothole Village. King Eggcorn is about to take a meeting with the sexy wolf Drago. Should we just give Drago a different voice here?
Well, I was actually going to bring up the fact that Sleuth Doggy Dog and Drago pretty much has the same voice.
Yeah, well, they all sound the same.
I think
that's racist.
Just racist.
Yeah, exactly. All dogs sound the same. We should deport them. Okay.
Sleuth Doggy Dog, I would just assume would be sexier. Or no, Drago would be a sexier Sleuth Doggy Dog, right?
I know exactly how to play this.
Good, because I have no idea what direction.
We are now in Knothole Village. King Acorn is about to take a meeting with the sexy wolf Drago.
Your Royal Highness, forgive my interruption of your meditations, but I'm glad I've caught you alone.
This is the voice we should have always done.
Yes, exactly. I agree.
Well, also, I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier. We should have just done Drago from...
that's exactly what I'm doing.
Rocky 4.
Yeah.
The best Rocky movie.
Yeah. Yeah, the best part. Yeah, the Rocky movie where American Rocky Balboa gets to make all the Soviet Union crowd clap for him, the American.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And he has a robot. It's literally a perfect movie.
All right, this is King Acorn responding.
Your reports are always welcome, faithful Drago. I'm sorry to report that the plane transporting Sonic has crashed miles away from the planned destination. The MPs are okay, and Snoop is still in custody, but Sonic has escaped. Pity, it appears he will have to be hunted down like a dog, or by dogs. Send in St. John.
Jeffrey St. John now appears before King Acorn.
Your men have failed me, Jeffrey. Sonic the Hedgehog has escaped.
But my men are the finest trained... That sounds Australian. I still have a really hard time separating the two, because they're both equally ratchet. Okay.
Yeah.
Objectively. If you're from Leeds...
It's just a fact.
Yeah, if you're from Leeds, if you're from... whatever the fucking equivalent. What's the dingiest part of Australia?
Australia.
The whole fucking continent. Okay. I don't care. Oi, but my men are the finest trained soldiers anywhere.
Give me not your excuses, man. I won't have a murderer free in my soon-to-be-restored kingdom.
Jeffrey St. John kneels before the king.
Oh, forgive me, my majesty. I'll rouse my men immediately, and I'll make you this pledge. If it's the last thing I do, I will recapture that hedgehog.
We're back to Sonic, who's running along in the storm, and he stumbles on a cave. He rushes in to take shelter from the storm and to rest. His mind begins racing. Gotta think back. Gotta think fast. No, gotta think back. They didn't even let me see Sally's body. In fact, Uncle Chuck related something similar when he visited me. We see a flashback scene of Uncle Chuck trying to see Sally's final medical record, with Dr. Quack saying no. Uncle Chuck is not allowed to see the files and that they were sealed by the king's orders. Then we see a flashback of Uncle Chuck pleading with the king to give Sonic an actual trial so they could investigate the murder of Sally. Then we see Chuck visiting Sonic in jail, telling Sonic that he knows he's innocent, and for Sonic not to give up hope. Sonic's mind reels in turmoil, and when his capacity to ponder currently unanswerable questions comes to an end, only then does he feel the true impact of Sally's passing. Only then does the stress and grief force his body to succumb to sleep. Back at Knothole Village, we see Antoine spying on Drago and the king. Buns walks up and the two spy together. They follow Drago back to his side piece's house. Drago opens up the door and yells out.
Privyet, dear.
Hello, dear.
Hello, dear. The future Duke of Robotropolis is home.
Buns and Antoine hide beneath the window of Drago's side piece's house, eavesdropping.
And in appreciation of your help, maybe I'll make you my future Duchess.
Then this is side piece. Hershey in parentheses. Leave me out of your future. I've done my part, and that's enough.
Don't take that tone with me. You're into this up to neck.
Drago grabs her arm. You're hurting my arm.
Then you listen here. Sonic has escaped Jeffrey's men, but St. John himself has been ordered to hunt him down. I'm sure he'll find him, but with any luck, they'll eliminate each other.
Drago barges out of the house and walks off into the woods and yells back to his side piece.
Now keep yourself ready. Plans may dictate the need of your services again.
I'm disappointed I didn't do this earlier.
Yeah, it's much better.
Yeah.
Also, now keep yourself ready. Does he mean like sex?
Okay, we'll talk about this now. Bro, the panel where he grabs her arm is so creepy, bro.
Yeah, he's definitely got some not great vibes.
Like straight up molester vibes.
Yeah, which is a shame because he's so sexy.
Oh no. Which is a shame, like you said. Yes, it is a shame.
Yeah.
Buns and Antoine follow suit, sneaking behind him to the woods. They lose the loud wolf after several hundred yards. The two are looking for clues as to where the sexy wolf could have gone when they get ambushed by some SWAT bots. Turns out the sexy wolf also has a sexy brain.
I guess St. John has made a correct assessment of Sally's freedom fighters. You are all bunch of rank amateurs.
Drago commands the SWAT bots.
Take them away, boys. They're going to be spending a little time at a project in the land down under.
And while a new treacherous act is being perpetrated, a previous one will soon be taken to the next level. Sonic awakes in the cave and is passed out in the sounds of growling. Echoes bounce off the cave walls as we hear Jeffrey St. John do a MIDI lore dump.
Oi, Tasmanian devils! One of the few Mobian races that never fully evolved. They're ugly and smelly, but they make great trackers.
Jeffrey is accompanied by 2 Tasmanian devils and 2 handlers for the wild dogs. Jeffrey splits off from the devils and its handlers and begins exploring the cave by himself. He pulls out a tracking unit.
Glad I took some extra measures. That bug I placed in Sonic's shackle certainly came in handy.
Sonic pops out from the side of the cave wall and tries to sucker punch Jeffrey St. John, but he misses, and the two begin battling. As we ponder the fate of our combatants, we take a possible last look inside Knothole Village. The king is surrounded by the junior freedom fighters, Tails, Rotor, the wolf freedom fighters, Uncle Chuck, and Mutsky. The king speaks.
Since it has been years since I last did so, and in lieu of all the recent events, I thought it was high time I held court. First of all, let me say that despite the unfortunate fates of my daughter and Sonic, I am quite pleased with the heroism you, my loyal subjects, have demonstrated during my exile. However, your efforts have obviously been futile. There has been too much fighting and too little progress, which I attribute to your lack of general ability. This is why I have seen fit, for the good of the kingdom, to reinstate the position of warlord to our realm. I think you'll find my candidate more than experienced to do the job that needs to be done. Loyal subjects, I am pleased to introduce...
The door swings open, and there stands Robotnik, with 2 SWAT bots at his side. Rotor moves into action.
Robotnik? In Knothole? Not in this lifetime.
Rotor pulls out a giant laser gun and shoots at Robotnik, but Robotnik pulls out a green energy shield and blocks Rotor's laser. Robotnik does the finger gun at Rotor and shoots a laser, destroying Rotor's gun. Robotnik turns his attention to Uncle Chuck and Mutsky.
What have we here? Sir Charles and Mutsky. This would explain the destruction of some of my best laid plans. No matter, you're just in need of an attitude adjustment. In fact, you are all in need of attitude adjustments. That is fine. After all, I do have the time. Ha 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 ha!
We're back in the cave. Jeffrey St. John and Sonic are exchanging blows.
You murdered her.
The two continue fighting. I didn't do it. Sonic's hands are around Jeffrey's neck, a tear rolling down his face.
You killed the woman I love.
The tide has turned. Jeffrey's hand is now around Sonic's neck. Don't you say that. You only loved yourself. I loved her. Sonic breaks Jeffrey's grip and kicks him off. The blue hedgehog begins running through the cave and spots a light. He runs towards it and finds himself standing on a cliffside. A waterfall is nearby. Jeffrey walks up. A scene very reminiscent of the hit 1993 hit film The Fugitive. There's no way out. He points his crossbow at Sonic, and he shoots. Sonic dodges and jumps off the cliff. End of Endgame, Part 2.
I'm just gonna open with I love the fact that this like culmination of like 50 issues is essentially just a retelling of The Fugitive.
Yeah. Which is funny because we literally already had this whole plot line before where Sonic's on trial and falsely accused.
Yeah, but now they're just like, let's just do The Fugitive. And you know what? I don't hate it. I think it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, well, they blew their load earlier with that earlier plot line. This is better. This is way better.
Agreed. Well, obviously this would have never happened because Jeffrey St. John can't be evil. But I would have loved for Jeffrey St. John to betray Sonic and the Freedom Fighters right here. I guess it could still work if he wasn't betraying. But like Sonic, I wish they just committed fully and just have Sonic say, I didn't kill Sally. And Jeffrey St. John being like, I don't care. And then shooting.
Like taking, man. Like he's an innocent man in the sense that he didn't take part in the plot. But he is not an innocent man in that he can kill his rival lover. I think that would have been really cool.
I agree 1,000%, right? Like that could have been such a cool moment. Unfortunately, like maybe too directly referencing the Fugitive there, but sometimes good plot is good plot.
If you're gonna rip it off, rip it off, right?
I'm in full agreement, but it does beg the question. It's very funny because I feel like sorry to bring it back to the Fugitive thing. I feel like directly referencing plots like that annoy the shit out of me a lot.
Oh yeah.
But when it's the Fugitive, I'm like, no, we could do more of this.
If you're gonna do it, do it. That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna rip things off, rip good things off.
Yeah, exactly. And so this does bring up a question. So this ends with Sonic jumping off a cliff, and there's a waterfall beneath him. Can Sonic swim? I know he has in this comic in the past, but do we have like a definitive like in the last like we'll say 10 issues?
The last thing I remember of him swimming was him not swimming, but running so fast he's effectively a waterbender and can like walk or run on water.
Yeah.
So theoretically, he shouldn't have a problem.
Was there something with the Ring of Lakes where he was drowning or something? I feel like there was.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either. And this comic decides when to stay true to lore accuracy when it wants to, right? So I mean, the obvious thing here is he lands in the water and starts drowning or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really, he can't land on the land, so I don't really see what other direction this would go in, right?
He might get rescued.
You think like Dulcie will just fly in or Tails or something?
Yeah,
I could see that.
Was Dulcie part of the group that got ambushed? No, I don't think so. So it might be it might actually be Dulcie. That's a good guess. Because everyone except the Wolf Freedom Fighter, everyone and the Wolf Freedom Fighters are out, so it's got to be Dulcie or Sally.
Sally, yeah.
No, because like her body is missing, right? Or like they won't.
You think her soul will come and catch him?
Because she's really. We know she's alive. There's no way they kill her.
I don't know that for a fact. I mean, I'm in agreement, but I don't know that. This isn't really anything to truly call out, but the very first page, the very first panel, the proportions of Sonic are just kind of crazy. He looks like he's got like ape arms. because they wanted to really like show that he's handcuffed, so they're like holding his arms up
Yeah.
to show the shackles, and
And
it
he-
makes it so like his arms are longer than his legs.
Yeah, because like they have to put the shackles on him, and the shackles are huge,
Yeah.
so the shackles inadvertently elongate his arms.
Yeah, so it looks like he just like can run on all fours or something. I just thought it was funny. I also love the fact I didn't write it into the script. I probably should have, but when everyone was like kind of having a back and forth of like, is Sonic evil? That Amy was just like randomly there for. Dulcie like just barges in through the window and just starts crying, which I thought was kind of funny.
It's funny, but it's like out of place, right?
Well, it's out of place, and it feels like it's a reminder for the audience, which is actually reinforcing the fact that I think Dulcie's just going to come in and swoop in and save Sonic in the next issue, to like remind viewers that hey, there's a dragon here that can fly that hangs out sometimes.
Yeah. You know what? The more that they keep Dulcie like on the fringes like that, the more I'm okay with it. Not on the fringes, but like, hey, you know what? Yeah, she just shows up sometimes. I'm okay with this.
I do, as always, I hate Sonic. Seems like he's like kind of piecing together what's happening here. And I'm a firm believer that Sonic shouldn't be that smart. I think he just shouldn't be able to piece it together. He's just like, something's wrong. Clearly, I didn't kill Sally. But he's just like he's definitely like pondering or theorizing along like something's up with the king.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He hasn't figured it out yet, so maybe I'm okay with it. I don't think he should figure this out.
I like that one of the SWAT bots. I like that one of the SWAT bots kamikaze themselves to crash the plane.
Yeah, that was actually pretty rad. There's not a lot I hate about this issue.
Wait, hold on. I don't think they kamikaze.
What do you mean? He flies directly into the plane, doesn't he?
No, they shoot it. Go back to that page.
I'm looking at it, page 9.
Do you see that big onomatopoeia there that says Zorch? And behind that, there, like to the left of that, there's a tear in the fuselage. That damage comes from the guns. It's poorly done, but they are shooting the plane.
Hey man, there's a thing called momentum. There's no way. I mean, he's clearly the SWAT bot's zooming, right? He might have shot the plane as he's flying into it, but I mean, given the trajectory here, there's no way the SWAT bot didn't kamikaze himself. I'm sorry. This is just what happened.
I like how you think like, yeah, they kamikaze, and then everyone is unconscious and fine.
Yeah, that is everyone. This plane was very safe.
My God.
They even make a line saying that Sleuth Doggy Dog is recovered and he's fine. Yeah, everyone should have died. Especially if you look at how that plane crashes, it looks like it does a pretty hard nosedive.
Yeah. But then lands on its stomach, on its underbelly or whatever. Yeah. I forget the name. Oh boy.
Sorry. How'd you like Sleuth Doggy Dog make an appearance here?
It's all right. I mean, I like that I like that they committed to him being a betrayer.
Yeah, I agree.
No fuss, no. Oh, no, he was a good guy all along. And so that's funny, and that he just gets to be evil in the background. I do like though that they just keep him in the suit.
Holy shit, you're right. Yeah, he's still wearing the SWAT bot uniform.
You think it's a mark of You think it's a mark of shame?
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Or he's like fused himself to the armor for some reason.
It's like Face Off, but the whole body.
Yes.
So there's a SWAT bot with a dog body.
That is very funny.
Oh boy.
At first I was like, man, how convenient that both Sleuth Doggy Dog and Sonic are going to the Devil's Gulag at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized, this is probably the first trip out to the Devil's Gulag ever since the war, right?
I guess.
So it would actually make sense that Sleuth Doggy Dog would be on there because he was probably just held prisoner this entire time.
Yeah, there's jail.
And not given a change of clothes, which is actually really fucked up.
Yes.
And that's not even on King Acorn. That's on That's on the Freedom Fighters. He was captured a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up.
I think so too.
So, the Tasmanian Devils.
Yeah. So is Jeffrey St. John Australian or British?
Oh well, he's British.
He's British.
He is.
He just happens to be using Tasmanian Devils, which are Australian.
Yeah. Well, there's clearly something going on with Australia here. I was going to bring that up in a second.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting. Tasmanian Devils, one of the few Mobian races that never fully evolved.
Yeah. So they explain it. That pretty much tells the whole story right there, more or less.
That implies everyone evolved. I am 100% on the theory that this is Earth.
Yeah. No, that definitely. When I read that, I'm like, oh, Nick's gonna bring this up again, isn't he?
Yeah, this is fucking Earth. This is
because there's a down under.
Yeah, there's Australia. There is Tasmanian devils that didn't evolve.
Mhm.
If all these animals evolved, there was like some sort of nuclear war or something. This is. Well, then the question is, what's Mobius? Do we think that's like America?
It's either by default, it probably feels like it's gonna be the U.S., right? Just because everything's centered in the U.S. And then it's either that or Europe, but it could be Europe. Yeah, either Europe or America.
Okay. I'm just asking. So I guess my other question then is there like an inhumane aspect of having these things as pets because they evolved, right? So couldn't these things have the potential to evolve also? Is it kind of like, I guess my question is, are there scientists trying to evolve the Tasmanian devil? Or
No, I think that's reading into it. Because humans aren't trying to evolve monkeys.
Hey, well, don't just assume you know what's going on in the government, okay?
Got it. Okay.
Hey, man, what I'm saying is if I was in charge of a country or B, extremely, extremely rich, all of my money, and I mean all, would be going towards can we evolve apes into something else?
Okay. Maybe.
It just makes sense.
Maybe.
I don't know what else you would do with your money. That's why like the only respectable billionaire is Elon Musk, because he's at least trying to put chips in chimps' brains, the chimp, if you will.
Man, I just can't wait for that. People are like, oh, Elon Musk is gonna implant brain chips and take over all of us. Bro, he's more likely just like the brain will just explode. Like, it just won't work. That's the more likely.
Let me look at my notes. What do we think the Down Under plan is?
I have no clue. Except, okay, I take it back. I have one idea, which is that for giving up Sonic to what we now see as Robotnik, and either a compromise, we'll talk about this later, but a compromised or fake King Acorn. Because remember, what's his name? That evil alligator that was the underboss to Robotnik that was given control.
The guy with the hat.
Yeah, the slouch hat. Yeah. He obviously failed or betrayed Robotnik. So like Robotnik's like, okay, I have this real estate that I need managed, and Drago, here, you do it. So whether or not Robotnik will follow up is a different story, but at least he can execute his plan that way.
One second, I want to reread exactly what was said. What was the Croc's plan in Down Under? Do we remember?
It was to betray Robotnik somehow.
Yeah, and just take his army, right? That was
Probably.
Okay.
All I remember is that Robotnik was like, here, you manage this, my underling. And then he was like, yeah, I got it. And then he was going to betray Robotnik, either for total power or break off and do his own thing. I think it was probably like, yeah, take control of his army or something.
I remember the blimp that blew up. And I remember, didn't he have like a rhino or something? Like a robot rhino?
Something like that. Some large robot.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. if they're talking about Down Under, do we think the Croc is coming back in next issue? I mean, I feel like he has to. So this is we're coming up to the 50. I feel like they're trying to bring everyone in, right?
Mm-hmm.
For like a hurrah. So I think we're gonna hang out with the Down Under Freedom Fighters, and there's gonna be something going on there. I just don't know. Or I guess it could maybe have something to do with the floating island. I don't know what though. Like it doesn't.
I'm kind of sick of the floating island at this point.
I kind of
Because it's been at the
I'm with
center.
you.
I love it, but like it's at the center of every plot line. It seems like it's been so far, and it's
You are right. Where like I feel like there hasn't been a lot of discussion going on of like what's going on in Mobius and whatnot. It's always about hey, what's going on the floating island, and it has
because
a
they need
real
Knuckles. They need Knuckles involved.
yeah yeah. They're like we need. Everyone should be thinking when Knuckles isn't on screen, where's Knuckles? It has that kind of vibe to it. Looking at my notes, my last note is I just wanted to quickly call out that Rocky 4 has the best montages of all the Rocky movies.
I think I know what you're talking about. It was parodied in Family Guy, but I think I've seen it. Yeah, it's like is it Hearts on Fire or something like that? Hearts on Fire or something like that.
Yes.
He's like climbing
And
up the mountain.
He's training in the Russian mountains and stuff.
Of course he is.
Like finds a log cabin in the middle of like a blizzard and trains out there. It's pretty fucking good. Hearts on Fire though, I feel like there's two. So Rocky 4 has like the best montages. I don't remember if Rocky training, because there's also like a scene where he gets really sad and he's like thinking about the past and he's like driving, and if I remember correctly he's got like a leather jacket with like a lion on the back or something, and it's really fucking good, and it's really like a sad montage also. That can't be Hearts on Fire, so it's got to be running through the mountains. I just wanted to call that out really quickly, and then
any chance you can get.
Yeah, and then Rocky 3 has some really good montages too.
Mm-hmm.
That's
What
the
else?
one with Rocky and Apollo running on the beach.
Yeah. So, okay, real quick, I just want to point out also before we get into the King Acorn stuff, just appreciating the Rotor Han Solo moment where it's like, oh, Darth Vader, immediately try and shoot him.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're all in agreement that this is a Rotor appreciation podcast, and everyone else is just kind of side characters.
Tails too.
Yeah, in order of importance, it probably goes Rotor, Tails, and then Sexy Wolf. Yeah, I mean, if I had to sit down and choose a favorite character, it is probably Rotor or Tails, right?
Mm-hmm. That feels right.
Yeah. Cause I just think back to the time when Rotor just had that bat where he looked like he murdered a bunch of people. And I'm like, yeah, man, he's got that look in his eyes where he'll do it. And Tails, I think Tails is learning from Rotor. So he might not be a killer yet, but he will be.
All right, let's do it. So, Robotnik, King Acorn, what the fuck is going on here?
I mean, it's pretty obvious that. Actually, no, I don't know what's going on here.
I don't either.
Because at first, the obvious thing was Mogul Mammoth was projecting onto, like tricking everyone into thinking that King Acorn is alive, right?
Right.
That's the obvious thing. So if that's the obvious thing, the other obvious thing is that Mogul Mammoth and Robotnik are working together.
Mm-hmm.
And they made a deal where like the Mammoth gets like the southern hemisphere and Robotnik gets the northern hemisphere or something like that. That to me is the obvious thing that's happening. Slightly less obvious, maybe Robotnik made a King Acorn robot. He got wind of what was happening, and he was like, let me just make a quick robot, hash one out real quickly, and then steal King Acorn and have him turn into a diamond somewhere else, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are your theories? What's going on here?
They're all. I don't like any of them, just because this is such a leap. Because you had something interesting. This is more critique than anything, because I really don't know. You pretty much nailed what I was my leading theories. Because, what else could it be? Or like it's a robot, right? Like,
well, what year is this? 97? Is there a really famous movie that came out in like 96 that's doing this exact plot point?
Manchurian. I mean, that's. When did the remake for Manchurian Candidate come out?
The early 2000s.
2004, you're right.
Yeah. Why did I have that information off the top of my head? What a weird fucking... Well, I mean, I don't know. I just remembered seeing commercials for it when I was a kid. I've never even seen it. I just... Yeah, whatever. My brain is so fucking dumb. Like, I can't... Give me a math test and I'll fail it, but I could tell you a general time frame of when Manchurian Candidate came out, a movie I've never seen. Are you looking at a list of movies that came out that could be doing some of these plot points?
No, I just can't think of anything.
It's
I wouldn't
a
even know where
club.
to look.
They're doing a Fight Club.
Bro, no, everyone can see everyone.
Yeah, that's fine. It's I don't know. I don't know, man. Sonic is being King Acorn. I don't know.
We're trying to make this clever when it could be as simple as, oh, King Acorn is evil. Like,
there's no way they would do that. That's the problem.
I hope not.
This is what. Well, honestly, I would fucking love it if King Acorn was evil. I think that'd be just such a good fucking way to go about this.
I don't mind him being evil. What I do mind is him like being with like in cahoots with Robotnik, earnestly. That would suck.
So Robotnik showing up immediately dispels the idea that this is truly King Acorn.
Exactly.
And I mean, I think that's part of the like reveal for everyone. Where like obviously Robotnik would never work with these people, so King Acorn would never work with Robotnik.
Leading theories is Mammoth Mogul, mind manipulation, robot, King Acorn. That's really, really realistic. And that's it. A really good Mission Impossible levels disguise. I don't...
Do you think Drago is putting on a mask?
No, they're both in the same room together, right? Yeah, they are.
Well, he's the guy that's doing the Fight Club.
Got it.
Because he's only seen together. He's never seen in the same room as the king with anyone else there. No, yeah. Antoine calls it out.
Yeah.
Antoine calls it out. Damn it. They're not doing a Fight Club. I mean, it's good that they're not. But,
all right, we'll just have to wait and see. I just don't like emails. It.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But we like a lot of the ingredients here. Like, do we like Drago?
Yeah, Drago's great. Drago's fucking best.
It's a good villain.
You got a problem with Drago?
He's even a well-designed villain.
He's my thing with Drago is like he's just like a standard D-bag. Yeah. Sometimes you need that in a story.
100%. Like, look at him. Like, he's got a belt and no pants.
Yeah.
That's sick. The freedom.
The freedom this man has. Unlike the rest of us, constrained by pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Drago understands a life. And we should all aspire to be more like Drago, both in Rocky IV and in this comic.
Last thing I'll say is that I actually do, well, I don't know if I love it earnestly, but it is funny that Sonic has his edgy moment, right? Where he's like bloodlusted You know,
Blind with rage.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's just so edgy and 90s, where it's like, I don't know if I like this, but there's something about it that is charming. Which is a weird word to use for this, but I actually do think there's something authentic about it.
So I'm actually kind of in agreement with you.
Because it's cheesy, right? It's so cheesy how they write it. Because they could have just not written anything.
Sorry, I have to like kind of think about this for a second.
They could have just not had any like boxes, no writing, and just have him beat people up.
No. I mean, this is the thing is I agree with the decisions they made here in terms of this little monologue he does.
Sure.
And yeah, it's a little cheesy, but I don't know if I want to use the word cheesy.
Edgy for sure.
Yeah. Okay, I know what I like about it. I agree maybe that it's a little cheesy, but I think the thing that, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, the thing that you're gravitating towards, and the thing I'm definitely gravitating towards, is this is the first time that we've seen Sonic truly understand the weight of the world around him, and realizing that the stakes are high in a way that he's not comfortable, right? He doesn't feel confident, and he's angry, and he doesn't know how to. There's a confidence in his humor that he'll always get away out of it, right? So like he doesn't take a lot of these things seriously because he's like Sonic the Hedgehog. He can deal with this.
But Sally's dead now.
Yeah, and he can't deal with it. And I like the weight that's happening here, right? In fact, I didn't realize it, but like I don't think he cracks a single joke this whole issue. I think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Kudos to the consistency there.
Yeah,
I agree.
There's like a little bit in the like caves, but not much.
Yeah. Cheesy is the wrong word to say. I should have stuck to just edgy, because it is edgy.
Yeah, I think edgy is the thing that doesn't help it.
But there's no way you can be this earnest and not be edgy. So that's why I'm leaning towards, I think I do like it. They just went for it, and it could have been edgier and less effective, but I think they chose just the right amount of words. I think the line, "For the first time in his life, Sonic truly understands the meaning of war." I don't know if I would have written that, but where it's like,
well, I would have cut that completely, because for the first time in his life, Sonic is devoid of humor. That I feel like
that's even more. That's even bigger.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think you need truly understands the meaning of war. The fact that Sonic lost his humor means he understands everything.
But can we talk about how that is one of the greatest screen grabs of all time? Are you looking at it?
Yeah. For
the first time in his life, Sonic truly understands the meaning of war. Meanwhile, it's like a wheel Sonic.
That is, you know what? I always talk about needing to post more on Blue Sky. I think this might be a Blue Sky screen grab here. That is.
I'm gonna put you in charge of that. I'm gonna have you screen grab that, like screen cap it, so it's just this tall image of just that. And
I just put it in Discord, man.
Hell yeah. For our audio listeners, it is one of those things where, because Sonic is so fast, the illustrators often turn Sonic into just a ball, like a blur, because he's the blue blur. But they do want to still show that it's Sonic, so they just slap his face on top of this really blurry, weird object. So it's Sonic the Hedgehog effectively looking like a tire. It looks like he just morphed into a tire.
Yeah, it looks like when Kirby inhales the wheel enemy. He does a Kirby here, and he turns into a wheel, and
I do understand what they're going for.
Oh, of course, and it's one of the limitations of a comic, right? Yeah. We do have an email.
Okay, you got it. Should I get my guitar?
Yes, please.
Now it's time for Sonicgrams. You can write to Sonicgrams. Oh yeah, it's a legally distinct Sonicgrams. It's an unaffiliated Sonicgrams. We made our own Sonicgrams.
Emails. If you want to send us an email, you can send us an email to sonicgrams@gottatalkfast.com. We have an email today from a classic. You may know him as Mike F. He hasn't written it in for a while, so he has sent in some corrections. One, the name of the kid in the pocket knife safety book from the Simpsons episode is Donnie Don't, not Johnny Don't, which is objectively funnier because he got the alliteration.
Mm-hmm. But there's something classic about the name Johnny.
I agree. And what's really funny is I've made this joke for years and I've always called him Johnny. So I don't know why in my head it's Johnny and not Donnie. But clearly I'm from a different universe and this is a Mandela effect thing. Second thing, this is all in response to issue 48. The big gun that Rotor pulls out reminded me, Mike F., of the proto-cannon from Iron Man's moveset in the Marvel vs. Capcom games. And then he links a picture of it. And and you know what? I'm in agreement. I think this gun is definitely inspired by the Iron Man weapon for sure. It looks very similar.
Yeah.
Given this gun's first appearance in 1993 and that the Sonic writers have made references to Marvel in the past, I think there is a good chance that Rotor's gun is inspired by this, and I am in full agreement to the point where I'm going to say it's just canon and we can just go ahead and
it's just a proton cannon.
You've ruined my joke.
Oh, sorry. You can say it. Say it again.
No. It was. You didn't actually ruin it. That was the joke I was making.
Okay.
Man, honestly, so I haven't read a lot of comics, right? Looking at the screen grab that we have of Iron Man pulling out his giant big ass gun thing. Man, the art in these comics are fucking incredible. Like man, that's I kind of want to read some of the stuff just for the art alone. This is
it's very 80s. I don't know if this is the actual 80s.
No, this is 93.
But it feels like the 80s.
And looking at this actually reminds me of 90s. So there's a very specific art style that appeared in the 90s that looks incredible. You know what else looks incredible? Us, when we end the episode. And that's the issue. Only 498 left to go. I'm Nick. I stream at twitch.tv/Mojosaurus. My personal blue sky is at Mojosaurus.
And I'm Dominic. You can follow my jazz adventures in Chicago at Blue Collar Jazz. And my personal blue sky is at Dom Guang.
You can follow us on socials at Gotta Talk Fast. We have a video version of the podcast where you can follow along with the panels and watch our handsome faces. You can write in the show at Sonicgrams at gottatalkfast.com, ask us questions, provide corrections, and give us your opinion of this week's issue. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and remember, when life keeps going fast, you gotta talk fast and just get through it. I love you.
Gotta talk, gotta talk.
Gotta Talk Fast was written by Nick Folkerts and edited by Dominic Guanzon. Intro and outro themes recorded by Dominic Guanzon. Gotta Go Fast originally composed by Norman J. Grossfeld, Joseph Garrity, and Russell Velasquez.
Gotta talk, gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk, gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk, gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk. Gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk. Fast, gotta talk fast, gotta talk fast.